Flipping cheap cars until I can afford my achievable dream car, and that car is a BMW G80 M3. And you may want to subscribe to follow my journey on reaching this goal. In the previous video, I bought this Mazda 2 for £600 to flip it for a profit, but this car had a few issues, and one of them is water leaking into the car. So I used my wet vac and hoovered up all the water. Then I done some investigating to find where the water leak's coming from. So I used some sealant and sealed around the rubber seal to make sure no more water can get in. And at this point, I thought I actually fixed the water leak until I saw this. It's not good news. The Mazda 2 still has a slight leak from the rear. It's not as bad as what it was before, but we still need to sort it out. So I found another place where water is leaking in the car. So let me show you what I found. So basically water is coming from up here, all the way up there from the seal of the rear light. So there's this thing here. I don't know if you can see this little line. The water's coming in from that because I've already sealed the where the wires go, but this thing here, water's coming in from there somehow. Let's turn this car around and get started in sealing off that light, and hopefully that stops it. So I start off by removing the rear light so I can get access to the seal. With the rear light now removed, the next thing to do is to take out all the light bulbs. Now I'm just giving the area a clean before I apply the sealant. It's leaking from here as well, so that's sealed up and it stopped a lot of the leak. I think this also needs to be sealed off as well. So let's use some sealant and seal off that seal. Annoyingly, my sealant gun broke in the previous video, so I now have to use my fingers. With the driver's side now complete, it's now time to do the same thing on the passenger side. With the area now clean, it's now time to apply some sealant. Now I'm just using a microfiber cloth to clean up the excess sealant. Right, so it's now sealed on both sides. And the next thing I have to seal is, if you can see this little plastic thing in here, I need to seal that basically. So I've got to take the rear bumper off and also seal that to just make sure that everything that needs to be sealed is sealed. And there should be no more leaks, I guess, hopefully. So let's start off by taking the screws out to remove the rear bumper. The next thing to remove is these two bolts behind the rear wheel. And there's two clips underneath the rear bumper that also needs to be removed. With all the clips and screws removed, the bumper should literally just come right off. The last thing to do is to disconnect all the wires from the bumper so I can get it fully off. The rear bumper is now off, and the next thing to seal is this here. So as you can see, water is getting in between this, so I'm obviously just going to seal it up around it so water can't get in between this. And on this side you can see it's really wet up there and water is getting in between that gap on this side. Before I apply the sealant, I'm just giving the area a good clean so it can seal properly. And with the area now clean, it's now time to seal around these flaps. And my sealant gun's broke, so this is the way I have to get it out. With the driver's side now complete, it's now time to do the same thing to the passenger side. So let's give the passenger side a good clean and then apply the sealant. I also sealed the rubber grommet at the back of the car because water was getting in from there as well. Right, the car's now complete, so as you guys can see, everything is now been sealed. So here's been sealed, and up here has also been sealed. And I've done the same thing to the other side. So there should be no more water leaks because I've sealed everywhere the water could come in. So I'm going to monitor it over the next couple of days and see what's going on. So I put the rear bumper back on and monitored the car for the next couple of days because it's been rainy, and I found this. Now done, the car's now back together, the bumper's now on. Let's just do a quick test to see if any water's coming in at all. So I've got a bottle of water and I'm just going to pour it down here and see. No water is coming into there, which is good, or no drips or anything like that I can see. So, and at this point I really thought I fixed the car, but over the next couple of days I found this. There's still water in there, guys. There is still water in there. How the hell is that coming in, and where is that coming from? What a nightmare this car's been when it comes to fixing this stupid leak, man. For God's sake, I've done so much and it's still leaking. So there's only 2 other things left to do, right, which I probably should have done already. As you can see here, water is leaking in from there, as you can see, and you can see it's wet in there. And also here probably needs sealing as well, so let's get started. So the first thing to do is to give the area a good clean and then remove the rubber grommet. With the rubber grommet now removed, it's now time to apply the sealant. With the rubber grommet put back in, it's now time to remove the excess sealant. Right, so I've just cleaned out all the water and I've just sealed up here. So let's check later on, because I think it's going to be raining today. I'm going to check it again later to see that if it's leaking, and hopefully that actually fixes it, because if that doesn't fix it, I don't know what else it could be, guys. I don't know where else the water could be getting in. I've left the car for a couple of days and it's been raining heavy, and now I could thankfully say I've finally fixed this water leak. So there's another issue that I need to fix with the Mazda. So sometimes the key works and sometimes it doesn't. I have to press it about 10 times for it to work. See, it's decided to work now, but look, it's not working now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a new battery for the key, and that should fix the issue. So let's go get a new battery. I need to see what battery is in the key, so I'm just going to take the key apart now. Alright, so that's off. So this is a tiny battery. I've never seen one that small for a car key. Look how small that is. On the way to getting a new battery, this happened right in front of my eyes. What happened?
We're in the bloody taxi.
Oh, you was in a taxi, was you?
We were just in the taxi, but...
You alright though, yeah?
Yeah.
The car like spun out and stuff, man.
He actually spun out.
Yeah. I was right behind it. That's the thing. So I just obviously come and see if everything's alright. Is this one yours? Do you want my number? Because I've seen it happen.
No, I'd be alright.
Oh, okay, alright, that's fine. That is bad, man. Oh my.
Seen it? Hold it out.
Yeah, spin. Yeah, you spin, yeah.
I need to park it back. I'm fucking moving.
Yeah, the wheel's rubbing in it, so you probably wouldn't be able to move it. Main thing is alright though, yeah? Yeah, that's the main thing. So I'm on my way to Halfords to get a new battery for the key. So hopefully they got one, because I've never seen a key size small as the one on that Mazda 2. Never. Hopefully they got one that fits. I've been looking for a bit more of a project, so I've been looking for maybe like a crash damaged car that needs to be fixed, or there's repairs. Something that'll do some good content, to be fair. So that's what I've been looking for. So I've just arrived at Halfords. Let's go inside and get this battery. Same size as this one, so I'm gonna get this one. So I bought the new battery and fitted it to the key, and the moment of truth, does the key work? Yes, guys, the key now works. Right, so I'm about to relist the car for sale on Facebook Marketplace, because I've had lots of messages but no one actually come to see the car. I've had 28 messages about the car, guys, and not one person has come to see it. That is taking the piss. Like, what I mean is, like, they message about it, ask me questions, I answer the questions, they ask for my address, I give it to them, and then I hear nothing from them at all. To say I've had 28 messages about the car, and not one person out of the 28 people was serious to come see the car. That is just a mad thing, guys. So I'm just about to relist the car. I've dropped the price from £1,500 to £1,480. So I've dropped it by £20, and hopefully maybe that sells. So I reposted the car for sale on Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree. So I've reposted the Mazda 2 for sale about an hour ago, and I already have 4 new messages about the car. So someone asked me, is the car available? I said yes it is. They looked at the message and said nothing. Someone said, is it available? Can they come visit the car? I said, when would you like to see it? And then they just didn't reply after that. So someone else said, hi mate, what would you take for it? Quick sell, I'm in trade too. So I said I can't move on the price, unfortunately, because yeah, I'm not going to sell the car for cheap when I've done all the work to it. Someone else has also said, is this available? How much service history is there? Is it available? Could we view it tomorrow at around 11:30? So this guy was actually serious, and he came the next day, and this is what happened. Sorry it took so long. I had to get my son ready.
You have children?
Yeah, I've got him, yeah. I'll pull it out for you so you can have a look. Yeah.
just open the bonnet, please?
Yeah, that's fine, no problem.
How long did you say you had the car?
Well, I buy and sell cars, so it's a car that I bought to sell.
Okay.
I've been using it, as you can see, the car seats in the back.
Yeah.
So I've had it on a trip to London, to the airport, so I've been driving it and it's had no issues at all. I put a fresh MOT on it.
Do you know when the last service was done?
Yes, I have it here. You can see the V5C, 2 owners.
Are you on that at the moment?
It's in trade, so it's in my business name. You can load it up and you can see everything, so it's okay, you don't need to worry.
Well, it's something that's worth asking. We've
Yeah,
just looked
yeah.
at other cars where
Yeah,
it's not obvious.
There
at
you
all.
go. Last year, at 102 miles.
You only done that one big drive, or you?
No, I've just been using it around daily. Other car's broken basically, so any car that I buy, I have to use it basically.
Not a bad thing.
You see many cars?
Well, obviously we've been browsing quite a lot of cars, and we've been just seeing one yesterday. Which
Yeah.
is just terrible.
Think-
This can look great online. Can't
Yeah. It's hard on Facebook. I have the same issue when I try to buy cars. You get there and it's not what you think it is. When you drive it, it has issues and stuff.
And I mean, like with the registration document, we went
Yeah.
to see a car and the name blacked out under the document.
Yeah.
And then in the end we did a check, it was an N, you know, the guy never told us. So
Yeah.
it's not great when you're told certain things and then
Yeah.
actually they don't match.
Congrats, man. Have you passed test yet, or are you learning?
Yeah, fast.
Really? Well done, man.
yeah.
That's good. You got a nice little car now, I guess. I need sport.
See you Saturday.
Alright, thank you. Alright, bye. Took a deposit, guys. We're on a nice test drive. So we got a deposit on the car and they're gonna collect it. We sold the Mazda 2. They've left the deposit on the car and they're collecting it at 10:30 on Sunday. This just proves that deleting your listing and re-uploading it actually works. It hasn't even been 24 hours since I re-uploaded the car and they've come seen it the next day and left a deposit on it and they're gonna collect it. So I won the car for £600 and with fees I paid £886. And obviously the car had an advisory on the MOT for the control arm. So I got the control arm done. And so the MOT was £60. I think the control arm was like £20. The labour to do the control arm was, I think, about £30. I bought mats for the car to get a new aerial. So all in total, I've had to spend £1,011. So if I do 1,500, take away 1,011, that leaves me with £489 profit. So that's not the best, but it's better than nothing. At least I didn't take a loss. I had 2 cars at once. The red Corsa, that sold for. I sold it for £2,700. I paid £2,200 for the car. So with that car, I made £500 profit. So 500 at 480. That's about £980 profit between the 2 cars. So that's not too bad, to be fair. That isn't bad at all. We're getting one step closer to getting that dream car. Make sure you drop me a follow to see the next car flip, because we've now sold both the cars. Thanks for watching.